Hello friends, welcome to the session on Python programming. In this session, we'll be discussing about one more data type called as a tuple in the Python. In this session, we will see what we mean by tuple, how the tuples are defined in the Python program, what are the different operations that can be performed on tuples. We will also see what are the commonly used built-in functions. And we will see some suitable example of using tuple in the Python program. So friends, as you know that you are viewing this session on my YouTube channel and you can subscribe to it so that you can watch many other educational videos on the various topics in the subjects of electronics and computer science. So let us start the session with the question what we mean by tuple in the Python program. Tuple is an ordered sequence of elements. Just like the list, where list is also an ordered sequence of elements, tuple is also an ordered sequence of elements. And in Python, apart from the list, tuples are provided. Because in tuple, whenever we have some collection of elements, then these are the immutable elements of the tuple. That is, once created, then the elements of the tuple cannot be changed. While in the list, as we have seen, that the elements can be changed. And therefore, the advantage with the tuple is that it is more memory efficient. And you can say that it is possible to access the elements of the tuple more faster than that of the list. So tuple is an ordered sequence of elements, and it can contain the elements of the different data types such as integer, float, string, list, or even another tuple can be an element of a tuple. Elements of the tuple are always enclosed in the parenthesis that we called as a round bracket, and every element is being separated by the comma. Like list and string, the elements of the tuple can also be accessed by using their index values. So every element will have certain index value, and by using the index value, we can access the elements of the tuple. And the first element will always have the index 0. In case of tuple, one precaution that one has to take, if your tuple consists of only one element, then write that element and make the use of comma. Because if you do not use the comma, then the element will be considered as an integer. And in that case, it will not be considered as a tuple. So if we assign the value without the comma, then it will be treated as an integer by the Python. It should be noted that a sequence without parentheses is treated as a tuple by default. So whenever you write some sequence in the Python program, and even if it is without parentheses, then by default it will be treated as a tuple. Now, whenever we want to make an access to the elements of the tuple, then we can make an access to the element of the tuple, like we make an access to the element of the string or element of the list by using the indexing. Also, we can make the access to the part of the tuple by slicing the tuple into two or more parts. Tuple, as I said, is an immutable data type, but it is possible that when the tuple consists of list, then the elements of the list can be changed, and therefore some element of the tuple can be of mutable type, but as a whole, tuple is an immutable data type. And because of this, as I said, tuples have more memory efficient access, and also we can write the algorithm where the tuple can be accessed more faster way than that of the list. Let us consider some example of writing tuple. Suppose the tuple T1 is equal to bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it consists of 5 elements. When we write T1 on the Python prompt, the elements will be displayed. T2 is equal to, the first element is a string electronics, comma 77. comma physics, comma 65. When we write T2 on the Python prompt, the elements of the T2 will be displayed. So here it is a combination of string and numeric value. We can have a tuple T3 where the elements are 1, 2, 3, and then we have another tuple consisting of values 45, 56. So it is possible that a tuple can be an element of a tuple. Suppose if I write T4 is equal to bracket of 34 without using comma, then this T4 will be treated as a type integer. So whenever I type T4, then I will get the message class integer. But if I write T5 is equal to 34 comma, and if I write type of T5, then I will get the class tuple. So whenever your tuple consists of only one element, then don't forget to use comma. T6 is suppose 5, 6, 7. This is a sequence without any parenthesis. If I type T6, then it will return me a tuple. That is a single sequence without any brackets or without any parentheses. By default, will be considered as a tuple by the Python interpreter. When I want to access the first element of T1, then T1 0 in the square bracket, I will write 0. I will get 1. T2 0, I will get electronics. T1 minus 1, minus whenever we make the use of, then we will scan the element from the right hand side, and therefore I will get 5. T1 0 is equal to 10. So if I try to change the value of the 0th element of the tuple, then I will get the error message, type error. Tuple object does not support the atom assignment. Let us understand what are the different operations that can be performed on tuple. It is possible that we can perform the operations such as concatenation, repetition, membership, and slicing on the tuple. So whenever we want to join 2 or more tuples together, then such joining is possible by making the use of the plus symbol. We can also create a new tuple which contains the result of this concatenation operation. So concatenation operation can also be used for extending an existing tuple. So when we extend a tuple using the concatenation, then we will get a new tuple. So for example, T1 is the tuple consisting of elements 2, 4, 6, 8. T2 is a tuple consisting of elements 1, 3, 5, 7. If I write T1 plus T2, then I will get the elements 2, 4, 6, 8, 1, 3, 5, 7. I can also write T3 is equal to T1 plus T2. So my new tuple T3 will be formed consisting of these elements. Now, if I write T3 plus 10, comma, then the element 10 will be added at the end of the tuple T3. Repetition operation can also be performed on tuple, and in order to perform the repetition operation, we make the use of the symbol star. So it is used to repeat the elements of the tuple. Say for example, if I write T4 is equal to hello and India, these are the two strings, then T4 star 3 will consist of the elements hello India, hello India, hello India 3 times. So we can check whether the element is present in the tuple or not, and the in operator is being used to check the element is present in the tuple or not. If it is present, then it will return as a true value. Otherwise, it will return as a false value. The not in operator returns as a true value if the element is not present in the tuple. Otherwise, it will return as a false value. So for example, if I write hello in T4, it will return as a true value. Nepal in T4, it will return as a false value. Nepal not in T4, then it will return as a true value. So it is possible that you can make an access to the part of the tuple. And whenever you want to make an access to the part of the tuple, you can make the use of operation called as slicing. So this operation can be performed by specifying an index range. Suppose you have been given a tuple T1, then we can perform the slice operation T1 n to m, where it will return the part of the tuple starting from the index n and ending at m, where n is inclusive and m is exclusive. So for example, if my tuple T1 consists of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and if I write T1, 2 to 5, then the first element will have the index 0, 1, 2. So I will get the elements from 15 to 25. So my ending element will be 4, having the index 4. The slice operation can also take the third index, which will specify the step size. So in that case, we will write the operation T1, N, and K. It means that every kth element has to be abstracted from the tuple, starting from N, and it will end at M minus 1. And if it is not mentioned, then the step size by default will be equal to 1. So for example, if I write T1 in the square bracket 0, colon, length of T1, then all the elements in the tuple will be accessed and message will be printed on the screen. If I write T1 colon 5, then by default, the index will start from 0 up to 4. So to index 4, I will get the elements, that is up to 25. If I write T1 2 colon, then you will find that we will start from the index 2 to the last element of the tuple. If I write T1 0 5 2, then you will find that we will start from the index 0 up to the index 4, and the step size will be 2, and therefore I will get the elements 5, 15, and 25. If I write T1 minus 6 colon minus 4, then in that case, the tuple will be traversed from the right hand side, and I will get the result 5 and 10. If I write T1 colon colon minus 1, then I will get a tuple exactly in the reverse order. That is, the first element will be 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and 5. It is possible that we can make an access to each and every element of the tuple. And whenever we want to make an access to each and every element of the tuple, we can make the use of for loop, or we can make the use of while loop. So for example, if you want to make the use of the for loop, we can write the for loop for atom in T1 colon print atom. So whatever are the contents of the tuple T1 will be printed on the screen. If I write the same loop for I in the range bracket length of T1 colon print T1I, then also you will find that the elements of the tuple will be displayed on the screen. If you want to make the use of the while loop, then you can write it like this: I is equal to 0 while I less than length of T1 colon print T1I, I plus equal to 1. So in that case, all the elements of the tuple will be displayed on the screen. There are certain commonly used built-in functions with the tuple, such as length. It will returns the length of the number of elements of the tuple, which is passed as an argument. So if T1 is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and if I write len T1, I will get result as 5. Tuple will create an empty tuple if no argument is passed, and it will create a tuple if a sequence is passed as an argument. So T2 is equal to tuple, T2 will create a blank tuple. T2 is equal to tuple. In the bracket, if I write a string AEIOU, then you will find that I will get a tuple T2 consisting of 5 elements. Count will return the number of times the given element appears in the tuple. For example, if I write T3 is equal to tuple 1, 2, 3, then I will get a tuple T3 consisting of the elements 1, 2, 3. If I write T2 dot count A, then I will get the result as 1. Index will return the index of the first occurrence of the element in the given tuple. If I write T1 dot index 3, then I will get the index as 2. Sorted takes the elements of the tuple and returns a new sorted list. It should be noted that sorted does not make any change to the original tuple. Therefore, if we write T4 is equal to Rama, Shiva, Adi, and if I write sorted T4, then I will get the result Adi, Rama, and Shiva, while the original T4 will remain as it is. Min, max, and sum, these are the operations, or these are the functions that will return us the minimum value or smallest value of the tuple, maximum or largest value of the tuple, and the sum will return us the sum of the elements of the tuple. So if I write minimum of T2, I will get A. If I write maximum of T1, I will get 5. If I write sum of T1, then I will get the result as 15. Let us see how we can make the use of tuple in Python program. And one can easily find that when we make the use of the tuple in the program, then the entire loop of the program will get changed when the same program is being compared with the other programming languages. So for example, in other programming languages also, we used to write a program to swap the two numbers. Look how the loop of the program is being changed in the Python. So number one, we will ask the user to input the first number, we will convert it to integer. Number two, we will ask the user to input the number, we will convert it into integer. Then we will print the number before the swapping. So we will print the first number, second number, and then we will do the swapping by making the use of the tuple. Number one comma number two is equal to number two comma number one. So see how it is easy to swap the two values in just one line. So after swapping, we will display again the number, first number and second number. So when you properly type and execute this program in the Python environment, then on the screen you will get the message, enter the first number. Suppose my first number is 34, second number is 78. Before swapping, the first number will have the value 34, second number will have the value 78. After swapping, first number will have the value 78 and second number will have the value 34. So thank you friends for viewing the session. Hopefully you have understood what are tuples and how we can make the use of tuple in Python programs. Thank you all.